Wait, welcome BTS Army. I gotta get all the angles right. Hey Christina, welcome in. Good to see you. Hey Billy Cody, welcome in. I gotta get all my angles in. Gotta make sure everything can be seen. Presentation. Hey Night Guardian, welcome in. Susie, how are you doing? How's everything in Ohio? How is the snow? How is the weather? Hopefully everything is going good. Hopefully we don't have any trolls tonight. I fell asleep on live last. Oh, did you, Billy Cody? Which one? The East Coast or the West Coast? Isn't it crazy how it's still light over here, but over there where you guys are at, it's dark? Always felt it's Eastern. Oh, okay. Oh, good. That means you went to sleep at a decent hour. Hopefully we don't get any trolls tonight. I know yesterday we were busy with knocking people out of the room. I don't like doing that. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for the room to get filled. And then once we do, we'll begin. Hey, Avery Rose, welcome in. Avery Rose. This is a really good corner to have this in. Everything gets in the shot. You have to switch it up though. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. Night guarding, are the lights flashing too much on the Christmas or the spring tree? Hey Nat, welcome back. I know we haven't seen you in a while. Busy working? Oh, Billy, are they? Okay. Let's see if we can. Is that better? Ohio is still trash and the word. Oh my goodness. I have to go to Ohio. One of these days I have to go. Yes, lots of business and nursing school graduation is almost here though. Oh, that's exciting. This June, is that when you graduate? Needed this going to my grandpa funeral on Thursday. Okay, Faith, we'll keep you in our thoughts and our prayers. Second week of May. Oh wow, that's exciting. Hey John, welcome back. We missed you yesterday. Get my bachelor's degree is May 9th here. Oh, nice, in North Carolina. Now, Faith, are you affected by the fires in any way? What's going on with that? Hey, Victoria, welcome in. Not to downplay your great news, but I was just curious because I was watching the news earlier today. Hey Jada Clayton, welcome in. It's crazy to see it still light out while you're... Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was telling everybody. It's still light out. It's very much light out too. It's 7:07 over here. Oh no, I'm in the middle of North Carolina, in the Triad. Oh, okay. I think our friend Night Guardian was trying to get a job in the Carolinas. Hey Renee, welcome in. Wow, 10:07 here in PA. Yes, HN 2060. Hey John, doing really good. It's good to be back on. I took a couple days off. I just made a bunch of clay trinkets. Oh, I bought some air dried clay. How fun. Hey, Liz, welcome in. I'm ready to enjoy with everyone with my tortilla chips. And I love it. It's dark in North Carolina. It's 10:07. Yes. It's my husband. We are waiting on transfer offers. Yes. Jada Clayton. Yeah. Oh, Jada, it's 9. Oh, okay, so you're 2 hours ahead in Arkansas. Fun. Yeah, that's why we call this the East Coast feed, because over here on the West Coast, everybody's still, it's only 7 o'clock. You know, it's 7 o'clock and people are just finishing dinner and, you know. But everybody on the East Coast is getting ready or thinking about getting ready for bed, or they're on that, it's 9 o'clock, almost, day's almost over. So we are putting the East Coast and Midwest to sleep. Oh, Christine, you're doing puzzle? What puzzle is it? It's my depression meal in between paychecks. I love it. I know, me too. I'll be knocked out within the next hour. So yes, I think my day is over at 3 p.m. to be honest. Yeah, I feel that. Oh, Toy Story 2 puzzle. Nice. My assistant loves doing puzzles. That's her like thing. She loves to look for hard to find puzzles or ones that are really complicated. Popping in for a bit because my friend and I are gonna play a game. And oh, okay, Oswald, we'll do. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, Night Guardian, do you do puzzles all the time? Fun. Yeah, we love a good puzzle. We love a good puzzle. I think she said she likes to do the Disney ones. The Disney puzzle. I asked her, I go, what's the most tricky one that you've done? And she says an all black one. It's all black. I was like, what? Oh, Gold Tonight is 40K. Thank you so much. Yeah, Disney's fun. I have this journal that I got to show you guys that I bought. I keep thinking about it, but I don't take it out because I'm not ready for it yet, but it's a journal. It's a Sleeping Beauty journal. You guys will love it. Hey, Sonica, welcome in. When I saw it, I was like, even though I have 2 journal books already that haven't been written on yet. Hey, Janelle Howell, welcome in. We missed you yesterday. We didn't see you. The Sleeping Beauty one was too good to pass up. Let me go get it. I'm going to show you guys, okay? Give me 1 second. When you guys see it, you'll know why I got it. All right, you guys ready? You guys are going to love it. Sleeping Beauty. It's a journal book. It's all encrusted with jewels. And then look at the writing on it. Sleeping Beauty. Isn't it? It's literally textured too. Isn't that fun? And then you right, Faith? And then it has all these. It's got Sleeping Beauty here at the corner. Isn't it, Liz? Right? How could you walk past this? And then look at this. How could you walk past this in the store and pass it up? I couldn't. It's giving old school rich. I'm gonna walk. I should get a quill. I should get a feather pen and write. Liz, right? It was $34. I had to have it though. I need to get a special quill for it. And then every time when I start using it, every time I journal, I need to post it with my feather quill. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh, no, that would be it. I got it at the Disney store in Disneyland, the one over here in Anaheim. They have the Disney store, and my cousin was looking at puzzles. That's why I brought it up. Right? You can't not resist that. All right, let's go ahead and begin. Our goal is going to be 45K. We have really good titles tonight. Really good titles. We're going to read the second entry. Yes, it definitely is a family heirloom, especially if we don't use it. If I don't use it, I have to pass it on to somebody. Yes, special correspondence. I love it. User, we found this one ever since we found the Bear-Stained Bears one. Ever since we found the Bear-Stained Bears, and it was an anthology edition. I thought there has to be other ones that are anthologies. And then we have a lot of Frog and Toad lovers on our live. Yes, each owner of a journal needs to write a page. Yes, very true. Yeah, Night Guardian loves her Frog and Toad. She loves her Frog and Toad. John, have you ever found those picture books from that Jan author? I don't remember their name. Picture book. Let's check it again, Faith, a little bit later and try to remember and let me know. Yeah, frog. Oh yeah, and John loves his Frog and Toad as well. Big Frog and Toad fans. All right, yesterday we read this is the beginning of this series. Yesterday we read Spring. It was very timely. And now we are going to read, the next story is The Story. One day in summer, Frog was not feeling well. Toad said, "Frog, you are looking quite green." "But I always look green," said Frog. "I am a frog." "Today you look very green." Oh, look at who's here. Miss Pebbles. Guys, that's Pebbles. Nothing is wrong with your screen. Pebbles is looking for her little... Guys, remember yesterday I told you she makes a little tent in the blanket? Yeah, she's right behind the screen now. She's gracing us. It must be the majesty of this, because Her Majesty is coming to visit us. Yeah, well, Alice, I've been looking at that one too. Hey, Okie. All right, let's get back to the story. "But I always look green," said Frog. "I am a frog." "Today you look very green even for a frog," said Toad. "Get into my bed and rest." Toad made Frog a cup of hot tea. Frog drank the tea, and then he said, "Tell me a story while I'm resting." Aww. So Toad made Frog a cup of tea because he wasn't feeling well. And look at his little room. Hey, K. Spangler, welcome in. Thank you, Lauren, so much for the flowers. I really appreciate that. You've got little Frog here. He's got his little dish set right there at the top. And he brought his friend some tea, and then he's going to read him a story while he's resting. Hey, K. Spangler, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for listening. "All right," said Toad. "Let me think of a story to tell you." Toad thought and thought, but he could not think of a story to tell Frog. "I will go out on the front porch and walk up and down," said Toad. "Perhaps that will help me think of a story." Toad walked up and down on the porch for a long time, but he could not think of a story to tell Frog. So here he is in deep thought, thinking about a story to tell his friend, but he can't really think of anything. And look at how pretty the window is. Oh, thank you so much for the balloons. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Kay Spangler. Very nice, thank you. So he goes out to the front porch, still deep in thought, trying to think of a story to tell his sick friend. Then Toad went into the house and stood on his head. "Why are you standing on your head?" asked Frog. "I hope that if I stand on my head, it will help me to think of a story," said Toad. Toad stood on his head for a long time, but he could not think of a story to tell Frog. So he went out on the porch, started thinking, couldn't think of anything. Now he's standing on his head. Hey, Gigi, welcome in. I hope you get the... Aw, thank you so much, Case Miller. Yeah. It goes back into our fund. We have the butterfly. We're waiting for our caterpillars. Any monies that we get go towards our the beautification of our life. I love it. So he went out on the porch to think. Now he's standing up on his head as he's trying to get all his juices flowing. Whatever you can, Case Spangler. I feel very lucky to have him. Thank you so much, Faith. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we have a really good community. We have a really good community. The people who are here are supposed to be here. We don't have anybody else who's supposed to be here. We've got 31 people in the room. That's exactly who's supposed to be in here right now. Then Toad poured a glass of water over his head. "Why are you pouring water over your head?" asked Frog. "I hope that if I pour water over my head, it will help me to think of a story," said Toad. Toad poured many glasses of water over his head, but he could not think of a story to tell Frog. Hey, Ari, welcome in. So he's pouring water over himself now because he's still hasn't thought of something. Went outside, did some pacing, stood on his head, and now he's pouring water. Then Toad began to bang his head against the wall. "Why are you banging your head against the wall?" asked Frog. "I hope that if I bang my head against the wall hard enough, it will help me to think of a story," said Toad. "I'm feeling much better now, Toad," said Frog. "I do not think I need a story anymore." "Then you get out of bed and let me get in," said Toad, "because now I feel terrible," Frog said. "Would you like me to tell you a story, Toad?" "Yes," said Toad, "if you know one." So he started banging his head. So what was the first thing he did? Started going outside and pacing. Got on his head to get some thoughts going. Poured water on himself, and then he started banging his head against the wall. He was getting really frustrated. And then he got himself sick. So looks like Frog got better, and now Toad is the one that's sick. Case, the PayPal is on, if you go into my YouTube channel, if you go into my YouTube channel, you'll see you'll see there's two links. There's one for PayPal and there's one for Venmo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And whatever you can. I know times are tight, especially the last week. I'm on fumes. My what do you call it, bank? My credit union drops my check a week early. Half of my check a week early. Thank you so much, Nahal. I really appreciate that. You saved me. Aw. Case Spangler, I love that. Yeah, my credit union drops it a week early, so I'm like, hurry up. Then, once upon a time, said Frog, there were two good friends, a frog and a toad. The frog was not feeling well. He asked his friend, the toad, to tell him a story. The toad could not think of a story. He walked up and down the porch, but he could not think of a story. He stood on his head, but he could not think of a story. He poured water over his head, but he could not think of a story. He banged his head against the wall, but he still could not think of a story. Then the toad did not feel so well, and the frog was feeling better. So the toad went to bed, and the frog got up and told him a story. The end. How was that, Toad? Said Frog. But Toad did not answer. He had fallen asleep. So he told him the story of what he did, and look at, he ended up falling asleep. Oh, okay, so I appreciate that, guys. The end. Frog and Toad storybook favorites. Let me see some of your guys' comments because I need to catch up. Let's see. I appreciate your guys' words. Thank you guys so much. Yes, we love our butterfly tree. It's so pretty. What's the drink of choice? Tonight we're drinking Winter Spice. I'm a long-term visitor, so I don't get paid. Oh, yeah, no, Christina, don't worry about it. No. Because, yeah, I'm better place over and learn boundaries. Oh, I really appreciate that, Case. Billy Cody 10 needed the distraction from what's going on. Thank you. Yes. Faith, same. Frog and Toad supremacy. We love it. Case Spangler 10. Night Guardian 10. Jada Clayton. Toad. Renee 10. Yeah, this is a good one. Frog and Toad. You can't go wrong with Frog and Toad. Cannot go wrong with Frog and Toad. Hannah 10. Janelle Howell 10. I got out of a bad relationship. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we had our friend, our one book, The Not So Friendly Friend. You remember that? Boundaries. Liz DS. Lila. Hey Lila, welcome in. Lila, are you new? The world can be. Mm-hmm. Yes. This is our safe space. The world can be crazy, but it's our safe. Yeah. Sometimes it gets in, it creeps in. We got to remind ourselves though. I love it. Probably. I love it, guys. That's so sweet. Alrighty, let's go ahead and set the timer for 1 minute. That way we can get to our goal. We're at 14K. We want to get to 45K. Hey Siri, set the timer for 1 minute. I love it. So for those of you who weren't here yesterday, we are we're anticipating our butterflies or our caterpillars. I got an email saying that they were shipped. I would be hammered. I love it. You have to be. We got our butterfly garden. We got the email today saying that they shipped them, so they're probably going to come tomorrow, either tomorrow or Thursday. We're manifesting strong caterpillars. We have 5 in each container. Oh, do you know how it's you know, we were at my training today. The lady that was giving the training was talking to us about her book collection that she has. She's taught preschool and elementary. And yeah, John, you weren't here yesterday. So she was telling us about all her books, and we just started talking about children's books. It was fun. I was like, "Aw." Crafting and reading. I love it. Yeah, we're going to get our butterflies tomorrow. We're going to have an East Coast container and a West Coast container. They have 5 each. We're manifesting strong caterpillars. That way they turn into 5 butterflies. We're manifesting, yes, we're naming one Liz. Yeah, our class project. So we'll be keeping an eye on them. We're anticipating them. You know how some people, when they have kids, they get the baby room already, and they're like, "We're expecting you." We're expecting our caterpillars to come in. And then tomorrow, Project Wednesday, we have our, yeah, one's going to be named Night Guardian. We have our Project Wednesday bird tomorrow. So I want you guys to be thinking of, we have all the primary colors in, right? We are. Tomorrow, we give birth. I want you guys to be thinking about your colors. We have all the primary colors. We were able to use one of these little embellishments for the eyes. So pretty. We needed a bird on here. We have a chickie. We have a little chickie, but we needed a bird. All right. Hey, Bree, welcome in. Tomorrow, we give birth. What is tomorrow, the 26th? 25th? Yeah. All right. Yesterday, I read this book to the West Coast, and Prince Hairflip was on yesterday, and she says you need to read that to the East Coast. This one is called The King and the Magician. The King and the Magician. This is a really good book. Look at the art, the illustrations on this. We've got this really nice gold steel. All the cats are in. All the cats are coming in. Bam Bam is right here. Let's see. Bam Bam, put your head in there. You see his ear? Yay. We bought back the sofa for them so they could play. Let me show you guys Bam Bam. I know you guys have been waiting. Oops, I almost dropped you guys. There's Bam Bam. There's Bam Bam. I love it. Yeah, let's pre-plan the colors. So we have all the colors. All right. King and the Magician. It's like a chrome, a chromatic gold. Very pretty. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a mighty king. He was so powerful, nothing could happen in the kingdom without his approval. It pleased the king to be so powerful, but it wasn't enough. The king commanded everyone in his realm to admire him as well as obey his every wish. Kind of sounds very familiar. Hey, Prince Hairflip, welcome in. Each day, the king would ask his subjects, "Who is the most powerful in the kingdom?" And out of fear, every day they answered, "You are the most powerful, Your Highness." This is giving very much our current administration. That's all I'm going to say about that. So here's the king, most powerful man in the kingdom. He wanted everybody to be afraid of him. Right, Liz? Yep, it is. Bush Libby. And each day the king would ask his subjects, "Who is the most powerful in the kingdom?" And out of fear, every day they answered, "You are the most powerful, Your Highness." One day, a rumor made its way to His Majesty's ears. Someone in his kingdom possessed a power that the king did not have. In the village, there lived a humble magician. The townspeople believed that the magician had the ability to predict the future. The king feared that this ability would give the magician even greater power than the king himself. So here is the king with his royal subjects. He heard a rumor that there was a Somebody in the kingdom that could, a humble magician that could predict the future. So let's see. Alarmed, the king sent his soldiers and spies to investigate the rumors. When his troops returned, they reported that not only could the magician foresee the future, even worse, he was wise and a caring man, admired and loved by all. All right, so the king sent the soldiers to spy on the magician. Here's the magician right here in his daily activities. And he sent his soldiers over there to see if it was true, if the rumors were true. We love a good moon in children's literature. Oh, for lupus awareness. Very true. Oh, that's sweet. This was unbearable for the king. He became consumed with jealousy. How could a ragged old man be more powerful and more loved than the strong and mighty king? Full of hatred, he declared the magician his worst and most feared enemy and vowed to eliminate him. So, the king could not stand the fact that there was somebody more powerful than him and more loved, more beloved than him. And look at his face. Look at that illustration. I was confused where the cross was, and that's a big roller coaster list. You went on a roller coaster ride of your own creation. I love it. Look at the side eye that the king is giving. You just did, huh? You had a moment. The king devised an evil plan. He would host a grand party and invite this magician to his palace. After the feast, he would demand everyone's attention and ask the magician if it was true that he could tell the future. If the magician answered no, it would be clear that he was only a simple trickster and not powerful at all. If he answered yes, the king would ask him to prove his wizardry by predicting the day of the magician's own death. Whatever he answered, the king would take out his sword and kill him. No one would ever again doubt that the king was the most powerful man in the land. All right, so this guy, Nar, this one is called The King and the Magician. So the king had a plan that he was going to kill the sorcerer, the magician, either way, but he was going to try to trick him first. Pleased with his plot, the king went hunting while his servants prepared the palace for the feast. So the king is sitting there filling himself. He's happy with his plan, so he's going to go hunting. While everybody gets ready for the feast, he's going to go hunt the bird. We always love a good book that doesn't include a text and just kind of breaks the atmosphere because we want to see what's going on. So there are the servants in the palace. They're getting ready for the big party. They're getting ready for the big party. They're all dressed in their finery. The night of the celebration, the palace was radiant. Everyone dressed in their finest and joined in the merriment. After dinner, the king quieted the crowd and called out to the magician. "Is it true that you can see the future?" he asked the old man. "A little," answered the magician. "Then prove it," said the king. "Tell me the exact date of your death." The magician smiled, but didn't answer. "What's wrong, magician?" asked the king with a smirk. "Don't you know the answer?" "It's not that," said the magician. "It's just that I can't bring myself to tell you what I know." "What do you mean by that?" bellowed the king. "I am your king, and I am ordering you to tell me. Look at the king. Her Majesty. She is ready. She is waiting for the day of her death. She wants to know. But the magician's, he's holding his ground. The magician holding his ground. He's not going to give up. Suddenly, silence filled the royal hall. After a moment, the magician looked directly at the king and said, I cannot tell your highness the exact date, but I do know the magician of this kingdom will die the exact same day as this king. At this, the guests stood silent. Gradually, the sound of murmurs started spreading through the hall. Look at the king. He's aghast. He's aghast by the answer. I cannot tell your highness the exact date, but I do know the magician of this kingdom will die the exact same day as his king. Yes, Prince Hairflip, very clever. The king. Clutching his pearls. We love it. The king stopped. He didn't believe in magic or superstition, but he didn't dare risk his own life by killing the old man. His plan was ruined. Flustered, he fled the party. As he raced through the palace hallways, he thought to himself, what if something happened to the magician on his way home tonight? Yeah, the king, not over it yet. He did not like that he was put in his place. Put in his place. He's still planning. The king turned around and quickly headed back, searching for the magician. He found him still at the party. You must spend the night in the palace, the king told him breathlessly. I would like to talk to you about some royal matters that could use a magician's insight. This was just an excuse, of course. The king wanted to keep an eye on the magician so nothing would happen to him. As long as the magician remained safe, the king would live on. The magician bowed deeply and replied with a smile, It will be a great honor, your majesty. The king quickly ordered his servants to take the magician to the finest guest room in the castle, make him comfortable, and carefully guard the door. Look at the king in his shoes. We love... Yeah, he is, huh? No, king, not very bright. Not very bright. But look at his shoes, though. And his big ankles. He's carrying a stuffed animal that he dropped. So he invited the magician to stay the night, because he needs to keep him close. That night, the magician slept comfortably on the softest mattress he had ever known, while the king, on his even softer mattress, couldn't sleep at all. He lay awake imagining all the dangers that could harm the magician. What if his food was poisoned? What if he tripped and fell? What if a wild animal crept into his room? Anything that threatened the magician was a threat to the king as well. So that magician really put a number on him. The king wanted to kill him because he was jealous of him. But the magician said, you know what? I'm going to die on the same night that you do. This guy did a whole 180. And so now he's worried about keeping him alive. But look at this gorgeous red color in the back here with this curtain. Yes, reverse psychology, very true. Right, Les? Very funny. And he's got his little stuffed animal there. Big king. Early the next morning, the pale and restless king went to his guest room. He had never asked for advice before, but he needed an excuse to keep the magician close. So he asked the old man his opinion about something related to running the kingdom. Being a wise and just man, the magician offered him good suggestions. The king thanked him and insisted he stay at the palace one more night in case he wanted advice on another matter. The truth was, of course, that he was terrified about what could happen to the magician, and therefore himself, if he left the palace. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Laura, right? He starts small from the top, and then he just goes, boop, his little head. Days, weeks, and months went by. Each morning, the king went to the magician's room for advice, and each morning the king told the magician to stay one more day to help him with yet another matter. The magician was amused by all the care and attention he received from his royal host, even if he got tired of waiting for the king's guards to inspect the garden for any danger every time he wanted to go out for fresh air. So it looks like the magician was living a really good life now, because the king was so afraid. Yes, just add him to the staff. He's majestic. He is. Just add him to the payroll. Put him in there. More and more, the king came to value the guidance of the magician. Without even realizing it, the king started relying on the old man's opinion for everything. That is how the king's once feared enemy became his most valued advisor. The more time the king spent with the magician, the more just, fair, and wise he became. The king turned into a respected leader, now truly beloved by all in his realm. Aww. So there's the king. The king's reaping the benefits of the magician. Mm-hmm. I bet you the magician feels exhausted every time he's with the king. The king looks like he's an energy vampire. Taking from the poor magician. The magician, positive energy, positive vibes, and the magician has to take and take. It says more and more the king came to value the guidance of the magician. Poor guy. The day came when the king no longer went to see the magician to keep him under his control. Instead, he went because he wanted to learn from him, share his thoughts and decisions, and just be his friend. Many nights, while lying in bed, the king remembered how he had once considered this trusted friend his greatest enemy, and had planned to kill him. The memory filled his heart with shame until he could bear the secret no more. He gathered his courage and went to the magician's room. "My brother and friend, I have something to tell you that weighs heavily on my chest," confessed the king. "Tell me," the magician answered, "and rest your heart. The night I challenged you to use your magic to predict your death, I had actually planned to kill you. I hated you because everyone believed you were more powerful than me. Everyone loved you. I am ashamed to admit it, but I was jealous." The king sighed deeply. "But when you told me your answer, I couldn't take your life, for that would mean my own death. Now we are friends, and you are like a brother to me. I am horrified by the thought of what I was preparing to do. I have also come to realize all I would have missed had I gone through my own plan. It was wrong, and I can't hide this secret any longer, even if it means the end of our friendship." There's the king. He's like, "What now? What do you have to tell me now? What is it you need?" It's like they've reversed roles. He has the power. "Hey, Wealthy." Now he's begging and groveling. The magician looked at the king and said, "Let's go for a walk." As they walked, the magician said, "It has taken you a long time to tell me, but I am glad you did. That night, when you asked me to announce when I would die, I saw you place your hand on the hilt of your sword, and your intentions became clear. I did not need to be a sorcerer or fortune teller to see what was about to happen." The magician, with a twinkle in his eye, said, "As a reward for your honesty, I will tell you that I made up the prediction that our deaths would happen the same day. I did it to teach you a lesson, and I see that it has." The king got played. Yes, we love a good grovel. Right, Faith? We love a good grovel. That's it. I haven't had to grovel in years, but I'm single. The magician smiled and put his hand on the king's shoulder. "Your death, my dear friend, will come whenever it shall come, not 1 minute sooner. I am an old man, and my time will soon come to an end. I promise you have no reason to think that your departure is tied to mine. It is our lives that we have become entwined, not our deaths." Aw, I love this line. Waiting on a grovel, right? I'm a left. Oh, my maiden. I love this line. This would be a great line for a tattoo. It is our lives that have become entwined, not our deaths. That'd be a good ring. A good thing to put on your finger as a ring and make it swirly. It is our lives that have become entwined, not our deaths. Isn't it? The grovelage is groveling. I really do love that line. Poetry. The king and his former enemy hugged one another and celebrated their friendship with warmth and joy. Many years passed. The kingdom grew strong, as did the love of the people for their king. He was now kinder and gentler because of all that he had gained from his great friendship with a ragged old magician. Such a good story. Prince Harold, I was telling everybody how I read this story in the West Coast, and you suggested that we read it during the East Coast. Finally, one day, when he was very, very old, the magician died. The king felt great sadness, but he was no longer afraid of dying that day or the next. With his own hands, he dug the grave for his beloved friend in the gardens of the palace, right in front of his window. Yeah. Something tells me that the king, an energy vampire, is an energy vampire. He took all the energy from the sorcerer. And the sorcerer ended up dying first. And there's the king. Living a strong life. Even though the magician was no longer there, his face and his voice were always with the king. Every moment of the day, the king remembered the wise words and teaching of his greatest friend. Whenever he needed to solve problems or make difficult decisions for the kingdom, the many memories of their friendship gave him strength and peace. Yes, gotta leave those energy vampires. Hey, Annie, welcome in. One day, 10 years later, the king locked himself in his royal chamber and wrote a letter to his son, the future king. That night, exactly 10 years to the day after the magician's death, the king died peacefully in his sleep. It was probably a coincidence, but everyone in the kingdom thought it fitting that the king chose to honor a friend, even in death. Annie, we're on our second book. So the king passed away 10 years later to the day. So the magician died on one day, king died 10 years later to the same day. And the king wrote his son a letter. And guys, look at the letter. We get to read it. So there's the son at his dad's funeral. We're on our second one, Annie, number 2. This is what his son has to say. Dear son, or his dad, I know that my end is near, and I want to give you my last piece of advice. One day, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next month, or perhaps many years from now, you will come across something or someone who will arouse fear and jealousy in your soul. It might be a person or even something inside you. You will want to destroy that person or that feeling to drive away your fear. Don't do it. If you're able to open your heart or your home, you may discover that who or what you thought was your most feared enemy is really your most powerful friend. Your father who loves you, the king, up to this day. Aww. So yeah, the king, even though he took the life source of the sorcerer, he ended up learning the lesson. Why didn't you think you read through them? Because this one's a long one. Liz, this one's a long one. The end. The king and the magician. Guys, this one, a good one. And I haven't had a drink of my tea yet. So I need to do that. The tea is teeing tonight. All right, we started our live with Frog and Toad storybook favorites. Did someone say you're reading 5 tonight? Because I heard. My brain isn't with me today. Just ignore me. That's okay, Liz. It was a long story. First, you guys had your conversation about. You guys had an ongoing conversation about the color of that you guys wanted, which was the first part of the book. And then once you guys discovered that, then you started paying attention to this. That's fine though. This spring story from yesterday of the frog and toad. Oh yeah. I completely forgot to make tea. You're my. Oh, Hannah, I love it. So Frog and Toad 1, and then The King and the Magician. I'm gonna say 2. Yeah, you guys had a lot going on in the comment section tonight, but that's fine. I hope you guys came up with your colors. All right, so Frog and Toad 1, or the King and the Magician 2. John 2, Monica 2, Renee 2, Janelle Howell 2. Yeah, I picked 2 too. That was a good one. Wild Faith 2. Oh, you guys picked purple? Okay. Uno for Liz. Night Guardian 2. So you guys want purple, just all purple? Angelina 2. 1 because 2 seemed young adult for because it was the length of 1 too, huh? It was a YA novel. So 6 more 8, right? Faith, you just keep adding those. Just keep adding them. Hannah 1, Renee, yes. Oh, I know. Okay, purple, okay. How many layers do we want? Because this is just 1, and it's folded. It's 1 tissue paper that's folded, which gives you 2 layers. GG1. So how many layers? If you do 2 layers, that'll give you 4. So it'll be even more fluffier. Purple. Okay. Oh, hey Siri, set the timer for 1 minute. We are at 36K. I think our goal again was 45. All right, let's see what else we have in the stacks tonight. in the stacks tonight. Why don't we do purple and pink? Is that an option? I think Susie said that earlier. Okay, purple and pink together. So we could do one layer purple and one pink. That would look really pretty. Yeah. So that's the wings, right? Purple and pink. That would be really pretty. That would be really pretty. Okay, now that we've decided purple and pink, what color do you want your bird? Because this bird is brown. So purple and pink wings. Christina says yes, do pink. Okay. Purple and pink wings. And then what color do we want the bird? Yellow? A yellow bird? Okay. Yellow, purple, and pink. Or red. Liz says she seconds yellow. All right. While we finalize that, I want you guys to finalize that in the comment section. We're going to read Small Want and Mow, Small Walt and Mow the Toe. Dad TL Cubs, this is we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back. Small Walt and Mow the Toe. We love a good end page. These little cards here. This would be cute for a little boy's room. Especially with this color green. Oh, a white bird. Brianna says a white bird. Small White and Mow the Toe. Small Walt. Why can't I get that wrong? I tell you, why can't I get that wrong? Why can't I get that right? High ton. Liz, whatever you have, you just spread it to me. A bitter blizzard, a snowbound town. Get ready, plows. Right, okay. I'm gonna let you guys decide the wild Night Guardian. I need you to be the tiebreaker for the actual birds. Okay, so we have this little town here. It's snowing. We're going to get the plows ready. Here's the plows over here. And they got to get ready to snow plow this whole city. One by one, engines rumble awake. Two by two, headlights wink on. There's Small Walt with a big load of ice-melting salt. His driver, Gus, at the wheel. Aw. There's Small Walt with a big load of ice-melting salt. His driver, Gus, at the wheel. We're mighty tough snow fighters, says Gus. Let's roll. Walt's engine surges. We're Gus and Walt. We plow and we salt. We clear the snow so the cars can go. This is a cute story. Who was it in the East Coast they were talking about? They put too much salt on the streets. And it's polluting some of the nearby rivers. My kind of art were peaceful, a Christmas time. Yes, nostalgia feels. Yes, very calm and very peaceful. White noise. I love this little poem. Walt's engine surges. We're Gus and Walt. We plow and we salt. We clear the snow so the cars can go. Plow, push the drifts. Spreader, scatter salt. Wipers, swish and slush. Tires, turn that snow to mush. Vroom, vroom, vroom. He has his whole little routine. I know, right? He has his whole little routine. On a lonely two-lane road, slick with ice, Walt slows. A little car slips and slides. Walt's lights shine. Danger, danger. Gus grips the wheel tightly. That driver needs to get home. So snow's coming down now. There they are in the middle of the wood. And they see the car. driving out of control. And they're here. They're going to come to save him. Whoa, the car pitches into the ditch. Am I frozen, you guys? I think I might be frozen. No? Oh, okay. Thank you, John John. Plump. Oh, it's right for you? Oh, okay. My Instagram live said poor connection. Hey, Dynamite D. Said poor connection, so I thought, oh, you guys might be. So there's the car. He gets stuck. Frump. Walt stops. Guys, Gus says, the ditch is deep. So is the snow. Oh no, Walt's engine groans. Gus gets his gloves. Grr, goes Walt. Stay here, Gus. Stay here. Walt's plow swings up. His plow drops down. We've traveled far. Let's scoop the car. Now, says Gus. Plows only scoop snow. He hops out and disappears into the ditch. So there he is. They're going to go rescue the poor guy that's stuck in the car. Isn't it fake? Yes. Hey, Spooky Owl, welcome in. Hey, Maria, welcome in. You guys chose yellow for the bird? Okay, so yellow, purple, and pink. We'll get those. Now, this is a very cute book. Walt waits and waits. My plow is tough, but it's not enough. Blinding snow blocks Walt's view. What to do? What to do? Then a sound in the distance. Brum, brum, brum. A tow truck? So definitely be cute for a boy. So he's still plowing that snow, and then he hears a tow truck. Gus must have made the call. Walt watches, his wipers swishing. The truck pulls up, its engine hums hello. I'm Mo the tow. How cute. I'm Mo the tow. A lady in a bright blue coat steps out. We can give you a hand, she says. In howling wind and falling snow, Gus lends a hand and a shoulder. Aw. So they each have their human person to help out. The poor guy. I know. What if the cars do talk to each other? Is Liz going to bed? Okay, have a good night, Liz. Isn't it? Yes, I agree, Night Guardian. Brr, so cold. The wild wind howls, the snow falls faster. Gus and the car's driver climb into Walt's cab to warm up. Walt's heater blasts. Whoosh. Now, Gus says, let's see what Sue can do. Walt's engine hitches. Who? The lady in blue, Sue, hops into the tow truck. Mo looks ready to roll. All Walt can do is wait. So they got right to work. Mo the tow. Uh-oh, the snow drifts are too high. The ice is too slick. Mo tires can't get a good grip. Slit? Whoa, grumbles Mo. We can't go. Uh-oh, it was a little bit too much for him. Car slipped. A little bit too much. Walt to the rescue. His engine revs. Vroom, vroom, here we come. We're Gus and Walt. We plow and we salt. Walt's plow pushes away the snow. Scoop, scoop. His spreader scatters salt. Switch, twist, switch, twist. Clear that muck or trucks get stuck. Aw. He's determined. He's very determined. Soon the snow is piled high. Walt's engine heaves a huge sigh. Mo rumbles, you cleared the snow. Now we can tow. Here we go. Mo and Sue back up with a shrill beep, beep, beep. Oh, looks like they're going to save the car after all. Mo the toad. Sue works the broom and hook. Clank a clank, clank a clank. Walt's lights shine brighter. His engine urges Mo to go, go, go. When we need a tow, we call on Mo. We can depend on our new friend. Mo the toad. Mo hums, brums, and pulls, lugs, and hauls. Slowly, slowly, the car crawls up the ditch. Wumpa thumpa. So they're able to rescue the car from the ditch. And look at Mo, he's using all his energy. Thanks to you all, I'll get home. Rug-a-boom, goes Walt. Nose to nose, the two trucks make a ruckus. Rug-a-brum, brum. So they rescued the man in the green car. I think that car would be totaled, actually. But I got water in the engine. And they're celebrating their victory. Let's get back on the road again, Snow Fighter, says Gus as he rolls down the window and waves goodbye. The snow whirls and flies. Mo the toad. Walt's engine booms. Gus, Walt, Mo, and Sue. What a crew. What a crew. The end. Small Walt and Mo the toad. That was a cute one. That was a cute one. All right, let's take a vote, as some of your votes might have shifted. Frog and Toad, storybook favorites. We started out with one. And then, Lola, yeah, you got it. We have to do that. The King and the Magician 2. And then Small Walt and Mo the Toad. I really like number 2. Faith, easy 3 for the win? Yeah. Some of our votes might have shifted. Some of our votes might have shifted. Let's see. Lizette 3, Wild Faith 2, Dynamite D 2, Hannah 3. Oh, that book was. Oh, The Mitten, Janelle Howell 2. Yes. Yeah, we love The Mitten. That one was a good one. And you know what? She has a whole bunch of stories. I was at Barnes and Noble over the weekend. She's got a lot of them. Definitely have to add those to the list. Night Guardian 1 and 2. Feral Feminist. Oh, Feral Feminist, welcome back. I appreciate that. John 2. I love her illustrations. Haven't seen Elementary School. Yes, Faith. Somebody recommended that for our live during Christmas time. And I picked out the book. We got it from the library. And yeah, really good. It's like there you got the main story, and then on the sides you've got a different story being told. Monica 2. Yeah, that one was a good one. I love that one. Okay, let's set the timer for 1 minute. Hey Siri, set the timer for 1 minute. We're at 46K. We've exceeded our goal for tonight. Lola, we're drinking Winter Spice with the honey base. Guys, look at how pretty the light looks in the tea. Doesn't that look? It's shimmering. It's the lights from the tree. Night Guardian, this is winter. That candle right there, winter. Isn't it? They got twinkling tea. It's really pretty. Yes, with a winter candle. Yes, very pretty. Dynamite D, I got these. I thought you were holding a glass of white wine. Then I got it some tea. Dynamite D. I got this tea from this place called Slovang. I think it's called Slovang Tea Shop. It's a tea shop in Slovang, California. Hey Siri, turn off the timer. It's a tea shop in Slovang, California. If you look up the website, you'll see it. And this one's called Winter Spice. This one is really good. They're a little pricey. It's like $8 for a little container like this, but it's really good. Oh, John, you have Fiji Sands burning? Nice. Ooh, that's a very springy, like a summery scent too. All right, let's see what else we have in the stacks. I didn't read this one to you guys yesterday. Summer is here. Did I? Yes, we love a good fall candle. Yeah, Slovang Tea Company. Something was, I want to sit in your living room on my carpet square and enjoy. Janelle Howell, isn't that fun? Brady, did we read this one? Can we see your class? I thought you did. Yeah, I think I read this one. So, guys, I'll show you guys the books. So this right here, what I have next to me, are the books from the library. So I have these books right here. These ones we haven't read yet. There's several in here. Katie Davis, no, it's hot here too. I have the air conditioner on. And then this is these are the library books. I went ahead. I have over like 50 checked out right now. And look at Bam Bam, he's sleeping. Right there. He's knocked out. And then I'll show you guys the archives. This is where the archives are at. You guys are going to get a behind the scenes. These are the archives right here. Out of the way. This is where all the books are at that we have for Christmas time and fall. These are actually too some of my from my own personal library at school. So I brought some of those home. I'll move you guys around. Yeah, that is a lot of books. Do they ask you about you? Faith, no, but I do go in with my teacher lanyard, just so they know. I know. I always feel like some people have asked, why don't you video when you're picking out the books? Oh, thank you so much for that, Victoria. I really appreciate it. Oh yeah, yeah, John, the behind the scenes, huh? If they stop TikTok, what do you do these? Yeah, Faith, I have my Instagram and my YouTube channel that stream at the same time, so they get uploaded. This one, oh, thank you so much for that heart. I really appreciate it. I have a lot of books from the library this time around because I went during spring break the first weekend, so I had a lot of time. So I was able to just kind of peruse through and get a whole bunch of them. Yeah. And then my own, this is my first year at this site. I used to work at this site a while ago, but then I went back. So I'm getting the room. I haven't put in a lot of work in my room, but I'm getting it ready for next year. So those books will go back, and then I have some other ones. My anxiety would be Faith, yeah. No, totally get it. No, but see, the thing with the library is that everything's automated. So I go in there with my bag and I put all books in the bag, and then I go to the automated checkout thing, and you just scan your card and scan them, and then you leave. You get a receipt, and then when you return them, there's an automated return thing as well. Yeah, I know. I always walk out quickly because I don't want to be judged. It's like, I just have something I'm going to do with these books. All right. Let's see what we have in the stacks. This one's called A Boy Named Isamu. Isamu. We're going to say Isamu. Oh, thank you so much for that, heart. Isamu. Let's see what it has to say. We love a good end page. Isamu. Looks like Isamu loves rocks. If you are a boy named Isamu, here he is with his mom. He's got a whole bunch of fruit tables. Isamu. Maybe there is a quiet space that feels, If you're a boy named Isamu, at the market with your mother, it can be a crowded and noisy place. Maybe there is a quiet space that feels more like you. This is for all of our introverted people. It can be a crowded and noisy place. Maybe there is a quiet space that feels more like you. Hey, Kat, welcome in. Good to see you, Kat. Children are playing loudly. You keep walking. When it is quiet, you wonder, what kind of wood is this? How does fruit get its color? Why does cloth feel soft? And who made the path with stone? So while all the kids are playing, children are playing loudly, you keep walking, but you're interested in other things that kids normally aren't interested in. Paper lanterns are like another world far away from home. How can light feel so welcoming? We're on the same page. I love these type of paper lanterns. They're so pretty. Pretty for the summertime too. In the forest, the trees tower over you as you hear the crunch of twigs under your feet. The leaves are so perfect, they must have been waiting for you. Isamu, he loves nature. You toss grass in the air and watch as blades scatter in different directions. When you close your eyes, you imagine the grass comes back to you. He's got a wild imagination. Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate that. If you are Isamu, stones are the most special of all. Time has carved each stone to be different. How can they be so heavy? Would they float if they had no weight? Isamu, very introverted. They can be smooth or rough. You press your ear against the stone. What is it saying? Oh, look at the stone. It has a little face. At the beach, your stick makes a shh in the sand. Oh, he's at the beach. He loves that. Yes. Our friend Kat. Our friend Kat, the art author. Give me 1 second. Nice. We have our friend Kat in the audience. This is Kat's new book, Chick-a-Doodle-Doo. We were able to read it when we did our little chickies. During Christmas time, hey Madonna Browntown. During Christmas time, she sent us her books that she has on Amazon. You can purchase them. Thank you so much for the lights. I really appreciate it, Victoria. She sent us this for free with a nice packaging to it. So we owe Kat a lot. So support her if you're looking to buy books. Support her. She has a page as well. All right. She has a page as well. Join her page. Mm-hmm. The ocean greets you with its quiet rumble. You feel like the only person in the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she got me with the packaging. She sent them in nice tissue paper with a string around it. We loved it. If you are ISMU, you find a secret place so you can look at the ocean and see the shapes of things. ISMU is probably going to be a poet or he's going to be an artist. You see birds that look like stones and stones that look like birds. Bamboo can be many things, but you know it's meant to be played like a flute. Little ISMU. ISMU, there you are. Your mother asks about your day. You think about how you were alone, but not lonely. ISMU, he's after my own heart. You think about how you were alone, but not lonely. Avery Rose, no, we haven't read Skippy John John. Skippy John Jones, no, we haven't read that. DM me that one, and then we'll look it up at the library and see if they have it. You take one more look at the sticks, pebbles, shells, and bamboo who were waiting for you. The forest and beach were like friends giving you a gift. Skippy John Jones. Faith, we have a couple of Pete the Cats in here. In our, they're in the archives. If you are ISMU, you wish every day could be this big. ISMU. The end. A boy named ISMU. Yeah, this one's really good. This one has, I really love the artistic pictures on this. All right, let's take a vote, our final vote for the night. We started out with Frog and Toad storybook time. Excuse me. Frog and Toad storybook time 1. The King and the Magician 2. Small Walt and Moe the Toe 3. And then A Boy Named ISMU. I'm going to stick with 2. 2, I think, is my favorite one. It's a gorgeous book, too. All right. Let's see what your votes are. Renee, 2. Feral Feminist, we're going to read Frog and Toad again in the West Coast feed in 30 minutes. Lizette, 3. Faith, I'm going to stick with the trucks. Hannah, 4. Bree, 2. The faiths are few and far between. Ella. Oh, there's 2 of us in here. Okay. Wild Faith, 2 and 4. Feral Feminist. Oh, yes. We'll read that. It's an anthology. So we have many stories in the Frog and Toad anthology. Yes. Cat, look at this one has it's the anthology of all the stories. Really pretty. Is it hard to create a book? That's a good question. If you look at go to Kat's page, she does a breakdown of how she draws. She draws and writes her own books. Very interesting. Let me show you guys the little chickie. Chick a Doodle Doo. She did all of these herself. Very fascinating. Very fast. Let me show you guys this one picture. I think this is the one that you were, one of the ones you were illustrating. Yes. Yes, they're very cute. Very portable too. You could put them in a little stocking. Put them in the stocking like that. You can wrap them. Yes. Let's give Kat some love. Alrighty, friends. Thank you so much for the 54K 1,000 likes. Tomorrow is Project Wednesday. You guys chose a yellow bird with pink and purple feathers. Pink and purple feathers. So we'll get that ready for tomorrow. Yeah, Faith. No, Faith, the ones that I do here get uploaded onto YouTube. So this one that we're just finishing is going to get uploaded to YouTube. Should be ready by tomorrow. And then the West Coast feed, the same. Instagram is the same. If you go on my Instagram page, I have all my socials. Follow me on YouTube, at Martin50GX. Insta at Martin50GX. The first hour gets uploaded. And then here are my PayPals. PayPal and Venmo at Martin50GX. Whatever you can give. Yes. Any donations go towards any of the crafts that we do, we have our butterfly. We're waiting for our butterfly or caterpillars tomorrow, so that's where the money goes on that. Alrighty, friends, I'll be back in 30 minutes. If you're on the East Coast and you're gonna go to sleep, have a good night. If you are a late bird in the East Coast, we'll see you in 30 minutes. And then everybody else, see you guys in 30 minutes. Have a good night, everyone. Kat, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. It's always good to see you.